a 4-yard gain at the 40, but could not hang on to the football.
No, not that time, David. The ball kind of floated out there, and by the time he got hold of it, the Terrell Tiger was right on him. So let me finish up with the offensive line real quick. And Joe Aiken is the center starting tonight. He's 6', 250 junior. The right guard is DJ Mays. He's a junior, 6'3" and 270. And the right tackle is Britton Lane. He's a senior, 6'3" and 265. So hats off to the big guys up front.
Third and 18. Ball at the 36-yard line of the Lions. Sellers looking down the field. Play action pass, screen inside to Davis, and shut down very quickly by one of the Terrell defenders before Davis could get running. It was really set up that time, that slip screen, but there was typically the wide receiver or the inside receiver knocks off the defender of the gentleman who is trailing the play, but at that time he didn't get the block, and he was able to close on Jeffro before he actually got started.
Yeah, you're going to have to slow those guys down because they're good athletes out there on the corner. We didn't get him blocked, and he made the play.
Greenville back to kick to Quentin Pat. Nice kick, high, takes a Greenville bounce, and the ball will continue to roll down to the 20, 19, 18-yard line. So Pat continues to kick the ball very well for the Lions and has the Terrell Tigers pinned deep. So Chuck, again, Pat does a good job delivering on the punt team, and it's going to be up to the Greenville defense to slow these Terrell Tigers down and get this ball back for this offense.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a little mistake here, a little fumble, or maybe a big penalty and knock them deep and then be able to hold them so we get the ball back in good field position.
That was a nice – oh, sorry, Chuck.
Go ahead, Earl.
That was a nice 45-yard punt. Once again, he had good air under that punt and got a bit of a roll. And at least the kicking game's working right now. Just got to get the rest of it back in gear.
Good point, Earl. Terrell Tigers take the field. Quarterback south, joined by Dowell in the backfield. Twins to the right, one receiver to the left. Hurry up offense. Inside give to number 21 from Terrell. We'll get his name in just a second. Number 21, that is Ricky Scott, carries the ball for about a 2-yard gain. That time, Greenville does a good job plugging the hole up and stopping the Terrell Tigers' running attack.
Yeah, lots of black shirts around the football that time, David. We tried to run a little misdirection back there, and the Lions weren't having any of it. Stacked it up pretty well right in the middle of the line there for about a 2-yard gain.
2nd and 11, a lot of movement that time by Terrell Tigers. Passing the flat caught, and the ball is all the way up to the 42-yard line on the swing pass from south to his running back, Dowell. Nice job that time, and gets a quick first down. But Terrell, impressive so far offensively, Chuck.
Yeah, they've got a nice package back there. Everything seems to be working pretty well. Haven't really self-destructed other than the one holding penalty.
Inside give again to number 21. That is south from Terrell, picking up about 5 yards and keeping the Greenville Lions off balance. Terrell's really doing a good job on this hurry-up offense. They're just not letting the Lions get set. And so far it's effective against Greenville.
Yeah, we've seen some from hurry-up offenses, but this is about as quick as we've seen. It's rapid fire.
Throw outside this time to number 11, Nix. It couldn't handle the pass and brings up 3rd and 6. I tell you what, the quarterback, Chuck, from south from Terrell is pretty impressive. He's tall, thin, but boy, he's got a nice gun on him.
He does have a nice arm on him. He's a big kid, 6'1", 175, listed in the program, senior. Been back there a couple years now, so he's got a little bit of seniority under his belt, and he plays very well.
Passing the flats this time again to Nix. Nix handles this ball, makes a catch at the 50-yard line, quickly scoots up to the 40-yard line of Greenville, let's say the 39-yard line. Another first down, so Greenville kind of back to their old habits of one play, two play, and then give them a third play. It really kills them on a drive. And Terrell Tigers continuing to move at will right now against the Greenville defense.
Yeah, they are, David. We have not stopping them very well. Once in a while we get a decent play on defense, but pretty much Terrell's had their way so far. 1st and 10, ball at the 39-yard line of the Greenville Lions. South running and being chased by the Greenville defense, and a nice play that time by the Greenville defenders. I believe that was 28 from Greenville, Wilson giving chase, and number 51 from Greenville, Rodriguez, chasing south and having him throw the ball on the run. Threw it a little bit high, and Greenville has a good down right there on first down to bring up 2nd and 10. Yeah, I'm not sure Say South likes to throw on the run very much.
Inside give to Dow. Dow picks up about 6 yards, be down to the 34-yard line of the Greenville Lions, where he's met by a host of tacklers, including number 40, a sophomore linebacker getting his first start tonight, Chance Hamilton. So that's a big job, middle linebacker, on your first varsity game.
That's tough, especially against these guys. They come at you from all directions.
Inside give to Nix, but there's a flag on the play, offsides against Terrell, which I'm glad to say that the referees are finally catching that. Terrell, several times tonight, several men have been moving before the ball had actually snapped, and that time they finally caught him and bring up 3rd and 11. So, boy, big play right now.
This is huge, David. We got to get the stop here. We're right around midfield. You would think it would force them to punt if they can't get 8 yards or so. And so we got to get a stop here.
3rd and 11 ball resting at the 39-yard line of the Lions. Big 3rd down play. As Chuck said, we need to stop. South looking to throw the ball. Throws the ball out in the flat. Nice job. Tackle that time to stop for the first down. And that was number 2, which is Mitchell from Greenville, and was helped out by number 19, Nelson, able to help him clean up the play. So good job that time on defense. Terrell's considering going for it here, Chuck. 4th and about 4.
4th and about 4. They'll go for it here. We got to watch for the hard count. We got stuck on that last week a couple of times. So hopefully they've seen the film and they're going to rectify that situation. But they're going to go for it.
4th and 4. Ball resting at the 33-yard line of the Greenville Lions. South looking inside give. Oh, and South is able to elude 2-3 tacklers. It's a foot race to the end zone, and South will score. 2 Greenville defenders ran right past him. Ran right past him. Greenville Lions, 1st and 10. Sellers looking to throw the ball in the flat. Ball out about the 20-yard line, but thrown incomplete. While you were away, they had the ensuing kickoff after Terrell had scored their 2nd touchdown. There was a call for a fair catch. The Greenville player misplayed the fair catch. A receiver behind him picked the ball up, began to run it, which is a penalty, a 10-yard penalty, and would put Greenville all the way back to the 13-yard line. So Greenville has 2nd and 10 from their own 13, deep in their end of the field. One back in the backfield, inside give to Castleberry. And Castleberry will be dropped for about a 3-yard loss. And, boy, right now the Terrell Tigers are taking it through the Greenville Lions, Chuck.
Yes, they are. I think they wanted a whole lot more right now. They got a little bit more life after a couple of quick touchdowns, and this defensive group is fired up right now. And, boy, it's going to be tough for Greenville to get out of this hole.
Yeah, it looks like we're just missing some assignments here offensively by the offensive line. I don't know if there's confusion or what, but to no avail. 3rd and 13, ball at the 10-yard line of the Lions. Sellers looking to pass the ball. Has a man open deep, number 10, and the ball is overthrown. And, boy, if he could have caught it, number 15, Pat, had beaten his man and was open at about the 50-yard line, and Sellers just let the ball fly. It was about 3 steps over his head, couldn't get to it, but that could have been a huge play for the Lions, Chuck.
Yeah, just a little bit too flat and a little bit too far that time. If you throw a little more like a rainbow, give your receiver time to run underneath it, sometimes you have a little more success. But he was wide open, and hopefully Coach Cooper will put that in his memory bank and come back to that one, because that one was wide open, just couldn't make the connection on the pass.
1:48 left in the first quarter. Greenville Lions going 3 and out, down 15-0. Again, Pat, nice job kicking the ball. Kicks the ball out and is almost muffed, but held on by the Terrell Tigers, and the Greenville Lions do a good job of surrounding the receiver and bringing him down at the 41-yard line. Earl, talk a little bit about that scoring drive from Terrell.
Well, that last scoring drive by Terrell was more efficient than the first one, I'm sad to say. They scored. They went 81 yards in 8 plays. They did it in 2 minutes and 58 seconds. They ended up scoring on a 33-yard run by their quarterback, South.
Again, the Terrell Tigers looking very impressive early here in this ball game. 1:36 left, 15-0. Terrell over Greenville. Terrell lines up offensively. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1 running back in the backfield. Inside give. Fake, looking to throw the ball. Pressure by the Greenville Lions. Overthrown. Nice job that time by number 19, Nelson, the outside linebacker. Put a lot of pressure on South. And one of the first times we got a nice hit on South tonight, Chuck.
Yeah, we put a nice lick on him. He got rid of the football and just overthrew everybody. And again, I think if we can get a little bit of pressure on him, he's not going to be as effective. He likes to stand tall in there and read the football field, and if we can get some Greenville Lions in his face, we might have a little bit better result.
2nd and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Greenville, ball up in the air, and nice job that time by Alfred Champion on the Terrell receiver to break up the pass. South tried to go quick with the fade route, but Champion was right there to break it up, and also helped out by number 24 of Greenville, playing a safety position, and that is Jacorian Johnson made a nice play to come over top and help.
Yeah, good play by Champion that time. Again, he wanted to throw the fade route, and Alfred just wouldn't let him get outside, and the ball fell harmlessly past both of them. So good play by Alfred. 3rd down and 10, good opportunity for a big stop here.
Ball resting at the 40-yard line. Terrell looked for the quick hitter. Slip screen in the flat. A couple of Greenville defenders. Number 16 is out there first, Rios, and brings him down after about a 3-yard gain. And, boy, I tell you what, that was some good defense that time by the Greenville Lions. Number 24, Jacorian Johnson, and number 43 from Greenville. I'll get his name here in just a second. Noriega out there quickly to stop the Terrell receiver for no gain. So 4th and 10. And the Terrell Tigers again will go for it, feeling pretty confident that they can either A, get this first down, or B, hold Greenville if they can't convert. So Terrell pretty much putting it in the face of the Greenville Lions right now. Let's see how we respond. 4th and 9, ball at the 39-yard line of the Lions. South back to throw, throws the ball, and overthrown that time. Overthrew Nix. Number 2 on the coverage, Mitchell, there to make sure he doesn't catch the ball. And the Greenville Lions have done a good job on that defensive series, Chuck, and 4 straight pass plays and 4 incompletions. Good job by the Lions.
Good job by the Lions. Good pressure on the quarterback, good coverage. And when they did make the connection, we made a couple good tackles. The one by Tony Rios out there on the left side was spectacular. He was out there alone in space with one of those Terrell athletes. Got a good grip on him and wouldn't let go and brought him down one-on-one. So a good defensive stand by the Lions, something we've been looking for a couple of games now, and we finally got a good stop.
Inside fake, option to Sellers. Sellers picks up maybe a half a yard. Looks like a big gainer for a second, but the linebacker was there to greet him after about a 1-yard gain. But looked like Greenville was going to get a big play that time, Chuck, on the option play. Well-designed play, but just didn't materialize.
No, Terrell pretty disciplined on defense. They hung around on the backside back there, and when Sellers tried to take it back there was Terrell Tiger waiting on him.
Sellers looking to throw the ball. Oh, the ball is overthrown by Jeffro Davis. Misses the ball and is intercepted by the Terrell Tigers. Oh, what a bad break for the Lions. It looked like they had some things going. So as the first quarter comes to an end, Terrell intercepts the ball and returns it to the 34-yard line of the Lions, and that's where they'll take over. More Greenville Lions football in 30 seconds. And welcome back to T.A. Confor Stadium, the very beginning of the second quarter. 11:53, Terrell Tigers have intercepted the ball right at the very end of the first quarter. First play from scrimmage, they pick up about 15 yards, move the ball down to 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Greenville Lions. South remains the quarterback from Terrell. Doing a good job guiding the Terrell Tigers. Shifting the backfield. Ball thrown on the ground, out in the flats. Greenville defense quick to react. Stop the clock and kills that particular play, Chuck. But that time they were trying to get that swing pass going where they've had some success tonight.
Yeah, the object there is to get the ball out in space to one of their receivers, that time to their left side, and he just couldn't quite make the connection. South threw it at the guy's feet, and he couldn't make the catch. So
2nd and 10, inside give to number 21, from Terrell, and he's still fighting. And finally brought down, but after a gain of about 9 yards. But these Terrell Tigers don't want to quit on offense. They are looking very sharp right now. And, Greenville stops them one play and then gives up a big play. So the inconsistency of the Greenville defense is really hurting them right now.
Yes, it is. And that was a beautiful run up that time. I guess number 24, I think?
28.
28. Darian Mumfrey is the guy's name, and he ran it up in there tough, wouldn't go down.
South quarterback keeper by South attacks the line of scrimmage. Is actually brought down for a loss by number 51, Rodriguez from Greenville. The defensive tackle, senior, was able to bust through there and stop him for about a yard, maybe a yard and a half loss. So big play that time on 3rd down. And it's 4th and 1, Chuck. And here we go again. 4th down, about a half an inch for our 1st down. And Terrell's going for it again. Inside give, picks up the 1st down, keep his legs driving, and move the ball all the way down to about the 3-yard line before he's finally brought down. But 1st down, 1st and goal for the Terrell Tigers, wasting no time getting into the end zone or trying to get to the end zone.
No, not that time. And again, that's that number 28 for Terrell. He's a tough little runner up in there.
Yeah, 28 from Terrell.
Darian Mumphrey. They list him at 5'9" and 190. He's a senior running back. Boy, he's tough to bring down.
Keeper by Sellers, South this time, drives his leg and is actually in for the touchdown. So Terrell once again takes advantage of the Greenville miscue, the interception by Sellers, and with 10:13 left, right at 2 minutes, well, just about a minute and 45 seconds, are able to capitalize to gain a 21-0 advantage over Greenville. And welcome back, 10:13 left in the second quarter. Earl, give us some stats on that last drive by the Terrell Tigers.
After the interception, Terrell Tigers went 34 yards in 6 plays. It took them a minute 48. South scored on a 5-yard run. First quarter stats, I'll try to be, I'll let you call the play, David.
1st and 10, inside give to Castleberry. Castleberry finds a crease and picks up about 11 yards up to the 31-yard line. Jeffro Davis has come in at quarterback, and Greenville immediately goes on the attack offensively, has a nice play, and looks like a 1st down.
So, David, in the first half, Greenville had 9 yards on 11 plays. Terrell had 175 yards on 22 plays.
Inside give to Castleberry. Castleberry running hard, picks up about 5 yards. Chuck, right now the Greenville Lions offensive line is really coming off and making a statement right now.
Yeah, I think that's right. Maybe a little new energy with Jeffro in there at quarterback. The game speeds up. The play calling has been faster, and so far it's been 2 gives inside to Castleberry for a gain of about 15 yards. So,
and immediately Terrell takes a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to regroup over there and see if they can figure out what happened to them. I think that's going to be the modus operandi here. Let's pound it at Terrell and see if they can hang in there with our big offensive line and a bigger running back.
2nd and 5, option this time. Nice pitch to Clark. Clark has an opening. Clark all the way up to the 48-yard line. Nice job that time by Jethro Davis operating out the Wildcat formation and gives the, I'm sorry, not the Wildcat, it's the pistol. It's the pistol formation. We'll try to describe that in a second. Big play that time to Jamar Clark. 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. Greenville Lions on the move. Jethro Davis staying at quarterback. Inside give to Clark. Clark running hard. Terrell that time able to clean up after about a 1-yard gain. I like what I'm seeing right now, Chuck.
Yeah, very much up-tempo. 2 big backs in the backfield. Not a lot of faking, not a lot of misdirection stuff. It's big body on big body up front. See if we can bang a hole and split a back up in there and gain some positive yardage. It's all north-south for right now, and it's high tempo. So a lot better offensive game plan so far here in the second quarter than we saw in the first quarter.
2nd and 9, ball resting right at the 49-yard line of Greenville. Davis stays at quarterback, pistol formation, back to throw the ball. Deep throw this time, and right over the hands of number 15, Pat. Again, Pat runs a good route, gets behind the secondary man from Terrell, and boy, if he could have pulled that one in, that would have been a walk into the end zone. He would have received the ball at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, it was a little bit behind him and just a little bit flat. Again, if that ball's a little bit ahead of him and has a little bit of a more arc on it, Pat runs under that thing and dances on into the end zone. But a nice throw and a nice attempt by Pat to make the catch. Again, you got to keep him loose a little bit, and I like the play call. Let's stretch the defense vertically and hope we can keep on pounding them. So we've got to pick up the 1st down here. It's a big play right at midfield.
Davis in the shotgun, Pat formation, option to the right. Give this time to number 25, Clark, and Clark is not able to gain anything. Ran to the short side of the field that time and ran out of real estate. Was to bring up 4th and about 12. Actually, a loss of 2 yards that time. But I still like the package that they're running. And but Greenville looks like they're coming out to kick the ball. So punt team this time, but a little bit better offensive series that time, Chuck, and got some good field position.
Yeah, at least we got some field position out of it.
Well,
Sellers back in the game, though, for
I say we're going to punt unless we got a little trickery here. Timeout, Terrell. I'm not sure if we had a trick play on or what, but the Greenville players would look like they were a little bit upset that Terrell called a timeout. I don't know if they had some trick play on or something, but the way they reacted, Greenville really looked like they wanted to run that play. I think Terrell smelled something and called a timeout to talk about it. But Greenville has the same personnel on the field. Sellers is back as if he's going to punt the ball. Greenville players getting lined up. We have trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Sellers in the backfield at quarterback. Quick kick. Good job, little pooch kick over the receivers of Terrell. Takes a nice bounce to about the 25-yard line. Thought we were going to get a little more of a roll that time, but not quite. But Greenville is able to pin Terrell with 75 yards to go. But I tell you what, Chuck, tonight 75 yards has not been a problem for the Terrell Tigers offensively.
Has not been, David. That's pretty good field position for them so far with what they've been doing offensively. But we have stopped them in the past, so hopefully we can gin up here a little bit and get after them. Get a stop down there, get a fumble, some kind of a change of momentum, get on the scoreboard. And we've got about almost 8 minutes left in the second quarter. We're down 22 points. We've got to put a quick score on the board somehow and get back in this thing.
Terrell takes the ball 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Two receivers to the right, one running back in the backfield, inside give to Dow, and a nice play by the Greenville defense that time. Coming in, number 91, Chasen Lamb, is able to get outside containment, and it spills outside to number 19, Nelson, in on the tackle, and 43, Noriega, for about a 2-yard loss. Good swarming defense that time by the Greenville Lions, Chuck.
Yeah, occasionally, they look really well, and they have been swarming better tonight. It's just the missed tackles here and there that have cost us. But that time a loss of 2 on first down, so that's a good start.
2nd and 12 from the 24-yard line. Quick toss down to the flat. Almost picked off by number 20. Boy, he made a nice break on the ball to just about scoop that up. And let me get his name. Number 20 from Greenville is Eric Quiros. And made a nice break on the play. So Greenville is able to hold for 2 plays. 3rd and 12, ball at the 24-yard line. Terrell Tigers, big play for the Greenville Lions. Get the ball back. Quick hitter out in the flat. Slip screen, a host of Greenville defenders, and brought down very quickly by number 18 from Greenville?
18, that's Trevor White.
Trevor White from Greenville, number 18, makes a nice open field tackle. And Greenville held the ball carrier for about 5 yards and brings up a 4th and 7. So good series that time, Chuck, by the Greenville Lions.
That's a couple of them here in the second quarter. They've been able to stop them at least a couple of times. Now we just got to get the offense clicking and get some points on the board. We've shown we can stop them. Now we got to put points on the board somehow.
Alfred Champion back to receive the punt at his 40-yard line. Snap back. Nice kick by the Greenville. By Terrell. Terrell bounce and is going to be down at the 21-yard line. So a good kick by the Terrell punter. Initially, the ball didn't go that far, but when it hit the ground, it took a nice roll for Terrell for about 20 yards. So Greenville sets up shop with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half at their own 22-yard line, desperately needing a score to get back in this ball game.
Well, David, that was a nice 49-yard punt. Like you said, there was a nice roll in the play. Unfortunately, it looks like it's coming back. I don't think any of us noticed, but there's a flag on the play. Hopefully, it'll be against Terrell, and they'll kick it again.
Well, Terrell's not jumping up and down and celebrating. They're walking back pretty slow. We're going to assume it is against Terrell. They're kicking it again, but there was no yardage marked off, was there, Chuck?
No yardage marked off. It's still 4th and about 7. It's where we started.
Okay.
Now he's calling timeout. I don't think they have it right here.
Well, like I said, they threw the flag. The ball is marked at the original line of scrimmage. Nothing was marked off either against Terrell or against Greenville. They're just kicking the ball, so I'm not sure what the penalty call was, and we sure don't have any yardage assessed on either side.
Yeah, I think the officials are talking it over now.
So, it should be, if it's offsides, you should go 5 yards either against Greenville or against Terrell and not just stay at the same line of scrimmage that it is, which is about the 30-yard line of Terrell.
Yeah, they're back to the original line of scrimmage, and they're talking it over with the Terrell coaches right now, trying to figure out what happened.
Well, if it's a 5-yard penalty against Greenville, it'll be a 4th and 1. If it's a 5-yard penalty against Terrell, it'll be a 4th and 11.
Now the official, I guess he's getting a little bit of exercise now. He just ran all the way across the field and talking to the referee on the other side. But yeah, this will be another one of those plays that we will probably never know what really is happening and what was called.
I've never seen a penalty flag or penalty assessed but not marked off. But I'm sure there's maybe some new rule we don't know about. Anyway, do it all over again, just like the playground. Almost blocked by a Greenville defender that time. Champion trails back, lets the ball bounce, and then Greenville will come out a little bit ahead. Instead of starting at the 21-yard line, they will start the 29-yard line. Again, a nice punt that time by the Terrell punter. Champion elects to get away from it, let the ball roll dead, and Greenville takes over 1st and 10. Well, Chuck, I want to go back to that last defensive series. Good job that time and good tackling by the Greenville Lions. Starting to see a little bit of improvement as the game wears on of the Greenville defense.
Yeah, I think they are getting better. The tackling has been more solid all night long. Obviously, they've been working on that week after week, and I think they're starting to show some of the fruits of their labor.
1st and 10, inside give this time to Castleberry. Castleberry's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing else. Terrell's defense collapsing quickly. A bunch of the white shirts around Castleberry for no gain brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that time we didn't get him moved out of the middle. That's the same play back to the old option, and gave it to Castleberry, but no hold that time. So they stopped them for just a short gain, maybe a half yard or so, and we'll take the ball here right on their 30. It'll be 2nd and a long 9.
2nd and 9. Jeff Davis back to pass, set up the screen, overthrown and intercepted by the secondary of Terrell, and he will take it in all the way. Oh my gosh. Whew, boy, when it rains, it pours. That time, Greenville had done a nice job of setting up the screen pass. Jeff Davis had got a little pressure, overthrew the intended receiver and right into the arms of the secondary from Terrell, and walks in untouched with 5:31 left, 28-0 Terrell over Greenville.
That one, backbreaker, taken back in for the touchdown. So with 5 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first half, Terrell takes the 28-0 lead, and we're setting up here for the point after attempt.
Point after attempt on the way. Snap, the hold is down, and the kick is good. So with 5:31 left in the first half, the score, Terrell 29, Greenville nothing. More Greenville Lion football in 2 minutes. Welcome back to Akon Ford Stadium. Terrell Tigers over the Greenville Lions, 29-0. Ensuing kickoff taken by number 10, Davis. Davis has a nice return up to the 50-yard line of the Greenville Lions, run out of bounds about the 49-yard line of the Lions. So nice job that time by number 10, Davis. Boy, Chuck, he took that ball and he said, "I'm going to take it up this field and make something happen."
Yes, he did. He's a determined young man, Narquise Davis. Took the ball on the left-hand side of the field, or right-hand side of the field, and took it to the left and just kept on running his heart out. Took it all the way out to the 49-yard line. So we've only got half the field to go to pay dirt now, 51 yards to pay dirt. So hopefully the Lions can get something on the board here before we go into halftime.
5:23 left.
Looks like the Lions are missing a player there as he comes back out in the field.
Brenton Lane comes back and assumes his tackle position. 1st and 10, the 49-yard line. Sellers back in at quarterback. Check the sideline. Castleberry at running back. Trips to the right. One receiver to the left. And we are going to have a 5. We got quiet for a second because we all gazed up at the clock, the play clock, and it was down to 2 seconds, and Greenville could not get the snap off. So another mistake by the Greenville Lions, in which will be assessed a 5-yard penalty for delay of game. They just
looks like they might have called timeout.
Timeout, I think.
Did they get a timeout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shea got a timeout just before the.
Well, the play was destined for disaster when number 72, Brenton Lane, was not out there. He got out there about halfway through the play clock. They got the play called, checked over to the sidelines just to make sure. When they all turned back, it was about 2, then 1, and luckily Sellers saw it quickly and called a timeout to save the field position. So, but here we are sitting here at 5:23 left in the half. And Chuck, I tell you what, Greenville Lions just, once again, just another tough night. Not that they're not trying, but boy, just when things go bad, they go bad.
Yeah, they do, David, at least so far tonight. We got 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go. We're down 29-0. But we got a chance. We only got half of the field to go, 51 yards to put it in the end zone. So let's see if we can put a drive together and get a little bit better.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Castleberry shifts sides. Sellers surveys the field, looks over. Ball is snapped inside, get to Castleberry. Castleberry breaks to the secondary. It's a foot race and is brought down quickly by one of the linebackers, but not after he picks up a nice 8-yard gain. So the quick hitter is still working well for Castleberry. Castleberry's been pretty effective running the football tonight, Chuck.
He has been. Big backup, about 200-pounder, taking it on up in there. And, boy, when he gets the ball, he heads north and south, and that's good to see. Good offensive line blocking that time. Big hole. And a nice downfield block by 65. That's big DJ Mays, starting left guard for Greenville.
2nd and 2. Sellers looking for a hole and stops short and actually will lose yardage that time. Slow developing play, and Terrell bringing a lot of pressure from the secondary, blitz, and safeties. So loss of about 2 yards that time, bring up 3rd and 5. And Greenville having a hard time being consistent both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, which is resulting in a 29-0 lopsided first half score. 3rd and 4, ball resting at 45-yard line of Terrell. Sellers looking to throw the ball, pulls it down, runs, and will pick up a first down, shoved out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. So nice job that time by the senior quarterback to get the first down.
Good decision there, David. Not much happening downfield. Tucked the ball under his arm and took it out of bounds. Got the first down by about a yard, kept the drive going, kept the ball out of Terrell's hands, and we're down to the 39-yard line now. 39 yards to pay dirt with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the half.
Sellers operating the Greenville's offense. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Inside give again to Castleberry. Castleberry continues to run hard and has a nice gain. Still fighting, still pushing, still shoving, all the way down to the 27-yard line of the Terrell Tigers. Nice run that time by Castleberry. Pick up a quick 11 yards, but he's a hard man to bring down. He's fighting, Chuck.
He's a man on a mission, looks like right now. Boy, he took it right up, packed it right up in there. About 4 Terrell Tigers surrounded him. He's surrounded in white shirts, and he just kept driving and didn't go down till they got about 6 guys on him, and then finally the whole pile stopped. But real tough running in there by Castleberry, Justin Castleberry.
Nice drive this time by Greenville, the best we've seen tonight. 1st and 10, ball resting at the 28-yard line. Inside to Champion. Champion looking for a place to go. Number 4, the senior running back, secondary. But not much place to go that time. Terrell is able to shut him down before he gets sideways and picks up maybe no yardage, but actually lost about a yard that time.
Backwards about 1 yard.
Yeah, so good pursuit that time by the Terrell defense. Well, Greenville sure does need to score just for their pride and to get back in this game somewhat, down 29-0. 2nd and 11, ball resting at the 29-yard line of Terrell Tigers. Fake inside the Champion. Sellers looks down the field, throws the ball complete to number 5, Davis. Oh, I'm sorry, is that number 8?
Yes.
Number 8, Maury Kelly. Maury Kelly, the senior wide receiver. Nice catch and then a nice run after the catch, Chuck.
Yeah, it was a nice run after the catch and a good throw by Sellers that time. Right on the money, and nice catch by Maury out there, and he picked up a first down on the 13-yard line, or 12-yard line, I guess, for Greenville.
1st and 10 on the 12-yard line. Sellers looking to throw the ball. Fade route to the end zone, and caught by number 15, Pat. Pat's been open a lot tonight. That time Sellers put the ball right on the money and helps Greenville get back into this game just a little bit. But an impressive drive that time by the Greenville Lions, Chuck. And boy, we needed that. Oh, we needed that.
Yeah, we got to get on the board. It's going to be a track meet against these guys. It usually is when Terrell shows up. A lot of points usually go on the board, and you got to put touchdowns on the board to stay in the game with these guys. And a very nice drive by Greenville that time. And nice operation by Shea Sellers, especially throwing the ball and making the decisions on the option.
And the Lion faithful are really hooping and hollering, letting them know that they appreciate what they did. The extra point attempt is no good. So with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first half, the ball game is 29-6. Terrell over Greenville. More Greenville Lions football in 1 minute. And welcome back to T.A. Cotton Stadium. The Greenville Lions had an impressive drive and have gotten their first score tonight to get back in the ball game just a little bit. 29-6 Terrell Tigers over the Greenville Lions. But Earl, that was a fairly impressive drive by the Greenville offense. Tell us a little bit about it.
It was an excellent drive, David. They went 7 plays, 51 yards in 2 minutes 25 seconds. A couple passes from Sellers for 29 yards and some solid running mostly by Castleberry for 22 yards, no penalties, and a 12-yard pass to Pat to score the touchdown.
Okay, the ensuing kickoff, a pooch kick, fielded by Terrell up back, caught the ball and stepped out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So nice job that time by the kicking game of the Greenville Lions to get Terrell deep. And Chuck, we've seen the defense get a little bit better as the night goes on for the Greenville Lions. Do we have one more stop in us this half and try to get that ball back to get another score?
Well, no, David. We're actually going to force a turnover this time
I
and take
love
the ball down in their territory. But, yeah, I think we do. I think we figured out that, hey, we can play with these guys if we just do our – everybody does their job, stays in their lane, does their, responsibility. We can stop this group from Terrell, and if we can get them held off here with just 3 minutes to go in the first half, maybe get a shot with a football again and see if we can get one more on the board.
Inside give this time. Oh, good job that time by George Rodriguez. Boy, met the Terrell ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. And also number 40, Hamilton, making his first start at middle linebacker, a sophomore. And, boy, they just kissed that Terrell ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage and brought him right down.
Yeah, that's, we don't talk a lot about George Rodriguez up there, but, boy, he plays a tough game right in the middle of the action, and he's a tough kid.
Swing pass to the flat. Terrell receiver is able to pick up the first down, but brought down by a good open field tackle. Greenville's starting to tackle a little bit better this game and tackle a lot better than they did last week. Of course, I think Terrell is a little bit better and a little faster offensively than Little Elm was. First down, ball sitting at the 35-yard line of Terrell Tigers. And again, Rodriguez misses the tackle, got into the backfield, and Dow is able to break free and pick up about 17 or 18 yards. But, boy, if we'd have gotten that initial tackle in the backfield, we'd have dropped it for about a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, those are the kind you got to make if you're going to get these guys stopped. You can't get to the position, get to the point of attack, and then not get the job done. And that's unfortunately what happened that time. And he popped it loose and picked up a first down, took the football down to Greenville territory on the Greenville 48.
First and 10, 48-yard line. South continues to be quarterback. Pass to the flat. Brought down that time by, I think, number 7 from Greenville. Yes, and number 7 is Lane White. Makes a good open field tackle. And there is a timeout on the field. Greenville takes a timeout. 2nd and 1, inside give. And, boy, the Greenville Lions that time stuffed it. That time, number 91, Chasen Lamb, and number 33, Jordan Pitt, in to take care of the ball carrier.
Yeah, that's
big loss that time, about 5-yard loss.
Absolutely, yeah, that was a big play there. It turns it over to 3rd down and then about 5 for Terrell. So if we can get a stop here, we might get our hands on the football in the second.
Woo! Boy, that's called a jailbreak. Greenville was all sides, and they were coming. That front line was coming, and they were coming after South. The whistles were blowing, but the Greenville Lions just planted South. I mean, they shook him up. I hope we don't. We're going to get a 5-yard penalty. I hope we don't get anything more for unnecessary roughness. But, boy, they took him to the ground hard when the play was blown dead.
Yeah, Chase Lamb liked that play prior to that so well, he figured he'd try it again. Unfortunately, he didn't wait till the ball got snapped. But he did plant Mr. Short back there, and he'll remember that, although it's going to turn the down box over to number 1 for Terrell.
It only is a 5 yards. It's not the 15-yard unnecessary roughness.
That's right. We just got the offside penalty.
1st and 10, inside give, fumble in the backfield, and the ball is loose. The ball was squirted loose, and Greenville's got the ball. So, Chuck, you called it, buddy. You said they were going to get a turnover, and they surely did.
Absolutely, yeah. I knew it was about time for a mistake, on either side of the football. So we got our hands back on the football in reasonably good field position. We're on our own 38-yard line.
Yeah.
So we're only 62 yards from pay dirt. We got 1 minute and 32 seconds to see what we can do with the football.
We anticipate some big throws here from Sellers. Sellers looking to throw the ball. Takes a shot deep to Pat. Pat is open. Pat, fingertips. Fingertips. Boy, JaQuinton Pat has had his way tonight. Been able to run right past the defender from Terrell all night long. He did it again on the seam route. and the ball hit his fingertips, and I thought he was going to be able to hang on and pull it in. If he would have, it would have been another 6 points easy.
Yeah, I think that one's got to go on J-Pat. Sellers put the ball right on his hands, and he's got to make that catch. That was a good play by Sellers. He led him perfectly well. J-Pat beat his defender. We talked about it earlier about Coach Cooper keeping that one in mind, and he did. Came right back to it. It was wide open, and Pat just couldn't make the play.
Throw again that time, and the ball, it looks like it's intercepted, and it is intercepted by the Terrell Tigers. They went back to J-Pat. Sellers thought he was going to run a slant route. Pat either had the miscommunication or missed signals. Not sure exactly what happened, but he didn't run the route that Sellers thought he was going to run. So somebody was off cue. If he had hit him in stride, again, he probably would have had a huge play. But the errant throw was intercepted by the Terrell Tigers with 1:22 left. So they take it away and they give it right back. So, again, they get an opportunity, but they can't capitalize, Chuck. It's kind of been the story of the game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the good drive prior to this, and we get the football back in reasonable field position with a reasonable amount of time on the left on the clock, a minute and a half, and we self-destruct.
1st and 10, ball at the 49-yard line, the Greenville Lions. Terrell Tigers have new life. Throw the ball in the flat, and nice play that time by number 2 from Greenville. Before the ball carrier ever got started, number 2 is Darius Mitchell from his safety position. Came up hard and fast and cut the receiver down for about a 2-yard gain. That was a nice open field tackle.
Yeah, a very nice tackle by Mitchell out there. Real nice job out in the right flat for Greenville.
2nd and 9, inside give to South. South keeps the ball, working his way, and is met by a host of lines. But now naturally he picks up about 6 yards, close to the first down, but not quite, which will bring up 3rd and about 3 for the Greenville Lions. For the Terrell Tigers. Again, Greenville trying to be tough and stingy on defense, Chuck.
Yeah, a little bit tougher up the middle that time. You know, Southwood took it on up the middle, picked up about 4 on a play or so, and they got 3 yards to go here.
South being chased down and sacked by Hamilton, the sophomore linebacker coming in on a backside blitz. South never saw him, and boy, what a nice play by the sophomore starting his first varsity game.
Big play. Chance Hamilton back there. Nice job on the backside blitz. Ran him down and took him down, and nothing materialized for Terrell. They have taken a timeout, it looks like, with 26 seconds to go here in the first half.
I've seen some personnel changes tonight on the field as far as where they're playing, but it looks like they're starting to get it figured out. Terrell lines up in a punt formation. Greenville's not buying it. Quick kick. Nice kick that time. The ball's going to hit and is going to be down at about the 5-yard line, 4-yard line, 3-yard line of the Greenville Lions. So 13 seconds left in the first half. The nice kick that time. And the ball will be spotted at the 4-yard line of Greenville. So, Chuck, I think Greenville just elect to run a play, get out of here. Hopefully let's not make a mistake here and do something crazy and give them more points when we're this far deep.
You would think they would take the knee here with just 13 seconds to go with your back, back on your own 4-yard line, but we'll see.
Of course, they might throw it deep to Pat. Who knows? He's been open all night if you get it to him.
This time the Terrell defenders are about 15 yards deep on him now.
Sellers looking, scrambles out of the end zone, flag is down, little pass out to the flats to Kelly. Kelly running, another flag down, got a couple of infractions. Takes off 10 seconds, 3 seconds left in the half, but we do have several flags down, so we will see that the referees can get this sorted out. I think one's going to be a hold.
One's going to be a hold. The first one, I think, in the end zone.
And the second one,
has got to be a lineman downfield, you would think.
Yeah. A lot of action, a lot of scrambling, a lot of running around, trying to make something happen.
If there's a hold in the end zone, I assume high school football is the same as the rest of them, but that would be a safety. Hopefully that's not the case, because don't want to be giving them any more points, especially when all they need to do is run the clock out.
Holding against Greenville. Safety. Boy.
And a holding, because certainly any kind of penalty in your own end zone is going to result in a safety, and that's what happened here to us. And those are just mistakes that got to get ironed out if we're going to get better offensively. We can't give up points with 3 seconds to go in the first half. From an offensive perspective, we're giving points to the other team, and now we've got to kick the ball off to their dangerous return men, and hopefully we can get a stop here on the kickoff.
Greenville will kick from the 20-yard line as a result of the safety. Number 14, Halverson, the senior kicker, lines up, checks over. Does an onside kick, does go 10 yards. It's taken. Nice job that time on the onside kick. Greenville will get the ball back with 2 seconds. That was really a nice onside kick. I'm kind of surprised they did an onside kick. And I'm not sure the Greenville line who hustled down there and got the
I think
possession.
Champion got it, I think, David. He was way out here on the left side, and I think he was the one that made the reception or the recovery of the kickoff at the 37-yard line of Greenville. So we'll get the football back at this point, and I guess you might as well chunk it up there and hope for the best. You got nothing to lose at this point.
No, we're not in the shadow of our end zone.
Nope.
So knowing Coach Cooper, he'll just say throw it deep and let's see what happens.
Now look at Terrell's defense, though. Now they're about 30 yards deep in the backfield before the play even starts.
Throw this time to Davis in the flat. Davis able to run upfield, gets all the way down to the 40-yard line of Terrell, and time runs out. We're winning the battle. The line of scrimmage in our running game and our passing game has come to life.
Yeah, so far so good, David. And that looked Justin Castleberry, 5'11", 210-pounder, and boy, he is taking it north and south. Coming out of the game right now, after Champion in as his replacement, but he needs a breather. The big guy's made a couple tough runs.
First and goal, inside give to number, I can't see that number.
It's 8.
Number 8, Maury Kelly. The senior wide receiver takes the little, they call it a zip reverse, but it's the wide receiver coming across the formation. They give it to him as he passes the quarterback on the inside reverse, picks up about 3 yards. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Sellers looking to give inside to Champion. Champion fighting for the goal line, and he's got to be close. He's right there on the goal line. No signal yet.
I thought no, I was thinking the guy in the back was signaling touchdown, but man, it looked like he had it, but no official wanted to run in and look.
Boy, he fought, twisted, squirmed, did everything he could get in there. The ball is actually it's got to be more, can't be any more than 1 inch away. Sellers sneak in time. Sellers is in for the touchdown. So with 10 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third quarter, Greenville climbs a little bit closer to the ball game, 31-12. Looks like we're going to go for 2 points, and the Greenville faithful is loud and really acknowledging the effort that they've seen coming out that time by the Greenville offense. Boy, what a statement to start the second half, Chuck.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the kind of thing we were looking for, David, and we've talked about it a lot, and it's that mental discipline thing. You know, you go in at halftime, you talk it over, you regroup, and you come out and you start putting licks on people, and a couple nice runs by Castleberry and a touchdown pretty easily on the first drive.
Penalty flags kills the play. Play action pass. Sellers was going back to throw the ball. Looks like they had a drag to Pat coming across the middle. Play, it was blown dead. Offsides against the Greenville Lions will move the ball back from the 2-yard line to the 7-yard line. Looks like we're going to go ahead and kick the ball now. Coach Cooper electing to go for the points from the kicking game versus the 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line. Probably a good call right here.
Yeah, I think so, David. You know, it's tough to get. It'd be tough to get 8 yards for the 2-point conversion. So you kick it, pick up an extra point, and hope to get a stop on defense.
Halverson's kick is up, and it is no good. Kick is no good. So the score remains 31-12. More Greenville Lions football in 1 minute.
Of course, the 1-yard sneak by Shea Sellers.
Halverson set to kick off. Ball at the 40-yard line. Halverson kicks the ball deep over the head of the Terrell receiver.
Oh.
The ball goes out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Nice kick that time, not able to be handled. But with all that being said, Greenville will kick the ball again. Halverson puts the ball on the 35-yard line, back 5 yards. Pooch kick again, handled by the Terrell receiver, is able to bring the ball up that time to the 40-yard line. So the Pooch kick didn't really work that time, and Terrell will take over at our 40-yard line. So kind of backfired and gave Terrell really good field position that time, Chuck.
Yeah, I think so, David. Third time wasn't a charm then. It looked like a kind of an onside kick almost, very short. on the ground, bouncing around. Greenville hoping to get a bounce and back into their hands and pick up the football, but not to be this time. So we'll see how the Terrell Tigers react in their first drive of the second half. We should take a minute, David, to welcome a new member to our broadcast team, Sasha DeHart, back at the studio engineering tonight's program.
And she is doing a wonderful job keeping us on pace and on track at the studio. 1st and 10, inside give, ball's on the ground, and Greenville, I think Greenville's got it. Inside handoff, couldn't make the connection, and Greenville has got another turnover at their own 42-yard line. Nice job that time by the Lion defense. We've been talking tonight. They've been getting a little bit better and better as the game has progressed. That time the Greenville defensive line was able to break through and stuff the play. Bad handoff, and they made a nice recovery. Earl, did you find out who got that recovery on that particular fumble?
No, unfortunately, I'm really bad at watching the defensive guys.
Okay. Well, we just know Greenville has. That's the main thing. We'll find it out later. 1st and 10, ball at the 42-yard lines of the Greenville Lions. 2 turnovers this half. Pistol formation. Sellers looking to throw the ball. Takes a shot deep. Has a man open. And is, dropped by Jethro Davis. Oh, I can't believe he dropped it. Beautiful, beautiful pass by Sellers. Right in the hands of Jethro at about the 30-yard line.
Wow.
Yeah, right on target that time. Jethro should have had that one.
That was 6. That was 6 points. He had beaten his man and just dropped it. There's nothing else you can say. Dropped the touchdown. 2nd and 10, ball still at the 42-yard line. Greenville in the pistol formation. Inside give to Castleberry. And then a fake and a pull and give to Clark. Clark does a journeyman's work up the middle. Picks up about 3 tough yards. Brings up 3rd and 7. But Chuck, I guarantee that one pass, boy, that was 6 points.
That was 6 points, and I'm kind of thinking that's what Jethro Davis had in mind. That he had his eyes on the end zone and not necessarily on the football, because Shea Sellers delivered it right on target, and all he had to do was catch it and run, and unfortunately didn't get the catch made.
3rd and 3, play action pass. Sellers pressured and is going to be dropped from the. From a backside blitz by the outside backer. Had no chance. As soon as he was back in his 3 steps to throw the ball, he was met by a Terrell defender. So Terrell had the right defense that time, bringing a backside blitz. Just too many people for the Lions to pick up. Goes down and never had a chance on that one. So the good play by the defense goes for naught as Greenville is forced to punt on a 4th and about 17. Quentin Pat back to kick the ball. Good kick again by Pat. Pat's done a good job kicking all night. Ball is fielded at the 30-yard line, and nice job by the Greenville coverage team. Goes nowhere. Nowhere to go. A host of Greenville Lions down there to stop him for a no gain. So good job that time by the punt team, Chuck.
Yeah, excellent coverage, David. That's one thing we talked about before the game was the coverage teams, and they've done better tonight, especially the punt coverage team. They've done very, very well. J-Pat has hit the ball well as well and up high in the air and giving them plenty of time to get down there, but they've done a good job covering punts.
8:50 left in the third quarter. 31-12, Terrell over Greenville. But Greenville Lions trying to claw their way back into this game. Played well so far tonight, the second half. Young defense, still trying to find a good mixture of personnel, is Coach Cooper. Greenville secondary has tackled much better tonight in the open field. Terrell Tigers have been slowed down since their first quarter explosion. Let's see what happens for the rest of the game. 1st and 10, ball to the 32-yard line. Pass in the flats. Met out there, missed one tackle. And is brought down by number 4 Champion and number 16 Rios. Had a defender early, which was, I can't see his number. I'm not sure, but we had a defender on the play early quick, and if he could have made the play, it would have been about a 3-yard loss. But
and I think it was number 24 back there, Johnson, one of the safeties, had him out there one-on-one and couldn't quite get the job done.
2nd and 7, inside give to number 28. I believe that's Mumphrey. Gets a good head of steam going and is able to pick up about 10 yards. Move the sticks up to the 46-yard line of the Terrell Tigers. 1st and 10 from there. Well, that time they just got old-time power football going.
That's right. Just pack it up in there. They've got 2 backs in the backfield now. It looks like they're going to just take it at the Greenville Lions.
Low snap handled by South. Looking to throw the ball. Nice catch that time host of lines around there. The ball was high, but the receiver from Terrell was able to hang on for an 11-yard gain to move the ball down to the 43-yard line of the Greenville Lions. So it looks like Terrell's getting it going again this second half.
Yeah, that's a pretty good catch in there. Number 5 for Terrell, Sabian Hubbard is his name, and he went up and made a great catch.
1st and 10, ball at the 43-yard line of the Lions. Inside give to Mumphrey. Take that back, number 15. Get his name. Is it 15 or 25?
I think it's 13.
I think it's 13, Dowell.
13, Dowell, their starting running back. Rips a big gash in the Greenville defense. Greenville making some substitutions in personnel, bringing Big Rodriguez back. Bringing Lane from Greenville reports to the safety spot. And it looks like we have a timeout Greenville on the field. 6:46 left. Personnel were trying to get on the field. Terrell recognized that they had some mismatches in the secondary, tried to do a quick pass across the middle while the Greenville defense was getting set. Greenville was able to get a timeout in quickly to talk this thing over and get these guys slowed down.
Yeah, thank goodness they did, too, because it was the cornerback way on the far side of the field that was trying to get on the football field, and Terrell had a play called on that side. Would have been an easy pitch and catch and probably a pretty easy touchdown, but Greenville was wise enough to get the first down call.
1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. South remains a quarterback for Terrell. Had a good game this evening. Greenville shows blitz, coming hard. South does a good job, pulls up the ball on the option. Zay will pick up about 3 or 4 yards that time. But good job by the Greenville defense and the secondary coming up and making the play after about a 3-yard gain. But that time Greenville showed blitz. Maybe it showed it a little too early, Chuck.
Yeah, I think so. I think that gave him an early read, and he put the ball under, kept it himself, and picked up about 4 on the play. But host of Greenville tacklers at the site of the tackle.
Boy, a strange second down play. The ball was snapped. Nobody moved but the Greenville defenders. South quarterback took off running to his left looking for a receiver. But I guess the play stands. I don't see a penalty.
There are no penalties on the flag.
No penalties. I think the center snapped it early. It was what it looked like because none of the other offensive linemen moved at all, and South got the football and just scrambled a little bit to his left and threw a complete pass. Had the presence of mind to get the job done. 1st
and 10 at the 10-yard line. Dowell takes the ball, picks up about 3 yards off the left side. Greenville defenders shut the door quickly, keep him from advancing, maybe pick up a 2, which would be 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line. 6:50 left, 6:49. Middle of the third quarter, 31-12, Terrell over Greenville Lions. South has continued to play quarterback the whole time from Terrell. Dowell at the running back. 2 receivers to each side. Movement on the line, no flag down. South looking to his left, throws the ball, and I don't know if that ball was tipped or just left his hand kind of funny, but it went about 2 or 3 yards in front of South and hit the ground and just kind of rolled harmlessly. So
I think it slipped out of his hand.
I think it did.
He kind of looked at his hand like, "What happened there? How come you didn't do the job? It didn't work for me." But
well, I'm sure
looked like it slipped out of his hands, went about 4 or 5 yards, and just fell to the earth. So
well, big play right here. 3rd and 8 or 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Greenville desperately needing to keep Terrell out of the end zone. They've been able to run the swing passes in the flats. Movement by the Terrell line. No. Intercepted by number 2, Davis. Davis is trying to beat the man on the sideline. Still up, still running, still fighting, and squirms his way up to the 23-yard line. Beautiful play by number 2, Marquise Davis. And once again, when the Lions needed to make a big play, they did. And Marquise Davis steps in front of a slant route from Terrell, picks it off and takes it out from the end zone up to about the 25-yard line. Nice job by the secondary of the Greenville Lions. A nice job by Davis.
Excellent individual effort that time, and he wasn't going down either. He brought it out to the 22-yard line. Now, I'll tell you what, we've got 18 minutes to go in this football game. We're down by 19 points. If we can put some points on the board on this drive, it could be a very interesting fourth quarter.
So there's a quarterback looking to throw the ball down the field. Feels the heat, scrambles up, and is able to get back almost to the line of scrimmage, not quite. That time, Terrell's secondary did a good job because Sellers had some time and was going through his progression but couldn't find anybody open. And finally, he took off scrambling up the middle and just no place to go as the Terrell defense collapsed around him.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Pretty good coverage that time by Terrell in the secondary, and Shea took a couple of different looks and couldn't find anybody that he felt comfortable throwing to. So he kind of tucked it under his arm and did the best he could. Lost about 3 on the play, but Lee's kept possession of the football and gave us a chance to convert this this second down in about 13 now.
Second and 13, Sellers scrambling to his right, looking, and is going to be taken down for another about 2-yard loss. That time, Sellers looked like he had somebody open. Thought about throwing the ball quickly, but pulled the ball down and took the sack, not wanting to create another turnover situation for the Lions. But unfortunately, we're going the wrong way, and we've gone from 1st and 10 to 3rd and 17. Ball moved back to the 16-yard line of the Lions. Really need a big play, need something to happen downfield this time. Sellers takes the ball, looking to run. Terrell bringing heat. Sellers, is going to trip and fall as he tries to escape. There is a flag down. It's going to be a holding and probably blocking in the back from the Greenville Lions. So everything going wrong on this particular possession after the nice interception by Davis at the goal line.
Yeah, pretty good opportunity, David, and not and squandered this time at least. It looks like it's going to be a hold against Greenville and declined. They'll take the loss, which is all the way back to almost the 5-yard line, I guess the 6-yard line of Greenville. So that drive we ran 3 plays and lost about 22 yards or so, or about 12 yards. So.
Yeah, 2 sacks on Sellers, and then Sellers trying to escape the rush, scrambling to his right, just got tripped up by the turf and fell down. So
J-Pat's going to punt out of the shadow of his own end zone back there, and this is always a scary operation when this thing happens.
And unfortunately, Terrell should get the ball in really good field position. Nice punt by J-Pat. Will be fielded at the 45-yard line of the Greenville Lions. Greenville's defense down there quickly, missed 2 tackles. He's running. Is going to take it all the way in for a touchdown. Oh boy! Punt return, 45-yard touchdown. A punt return. Had 2 defenders down there quickly, made contact, ran into the ball carrier, fell off each other. The ball carrier number 8 from Terrell was able to scoot the rest of the way, almost untouched, for a touchdown. So. Not a good job that time on punt coverage by the Greenville Lions.
No, and that's the
these are they was 2 scores, 3 scores that have come through the kicking game, interception. Terrell scored quite a few ways now at safety, and man.
Yeah, I think that's 16 points. A non-defense.
Yeah.
Non-offensive points for Terrell.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So with 4:20 left in the ball game, the score, Terrell 37, Greenville 12. More Greenville Lions football in 1 minute.
Number 8 that time had a 45-yard punt return for a touchdown. That's Diamond Williams is the kid's name, and he ran one back last week against Kaufman. So he's got a kickoff return for a touchdown, now a punt return for a touchdown.
Ensuing kickoff, fielded by number 8, Maury Kelly, cut down by number 8. Who just returned the kickoff for the touchdown at the 15-yard line. So again, Greenville will start in deep in their own end zone. There is a flag on the play. Neither team is reacting very much.
It's a shame on that interception or that punt that was returned for a touchdown, because that was a very nice, 39-yard punt. And the ball carrier was hit and stopped momentarily, but unfortunately he didn't go down.
Well, we have a penalty. We have a illegal block in the back and an ejection on the Greenville side. Unsportsmanlike conduct against a Terrell player, and he has been ejected. Now we don't know who has been ejected on either side. Can't really tell, but both teams kind of walking around.
Was it Greenville player ejected too, or just a Terrell player?
Well, he motioned, the referee motioned illegal block in the back and threw his thumb up in the air, which means ejection. And then he had unsportsmanlike conduct against Terrell and gave the same signal, like basically you're out of here, with the thumbs up in the air, motion behind his ear.
back, and then some kind of retaliation or something on Terrell, and his guy got injected too. But it looked to me as though there's an ejection on both sides, and we'll just have to wait and see if we can figure out who it is.
1st and 10. Greenville actually did not lose any yards. They were Kelly was tackled on the 15, and the ball stays on the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Greenville Lions. Fumble to Sellers. Sellers able to break out. Busted play, and Sellers is in the secondary. It's a foot race at the 40, 45, 50, and it's taken down at the 50-yard line on a busted play. Heads up by Sellers to pick the ball up off the ground, almost like the Bumarooski. Sellers picked it up and took off around the left end and had not made a nice play out of it. Could have been a disaster.
Yeah, sometimes they time out like that. You get a little bit of delay, and the line blocking forms up, and you can make a nice scramble. He took it all the way down the Terrell 49-yard line.
1st and 10, ball at the 49-yard line. Terrell trying to run the counter play, goes nowhere. I don't know if the back went the wrong way, the line didn't block, but that play was a disaster from the beginning. There was 2 Terrell defenders standing in the backfield when he tried to cut back, he being number 25, Clark. And like I said, I don't know if we just had a bad read or a miscommunication, but I know that was not the way the play was designed.
No, I don't think so. The Terrell linebacker was right there waiting for the handoff as well.
2nd and 16. Sellers under pressure, going to be sacked. Terrell's defense just bringing all kinds of pressure consistently, and Sellers gets back to throw the ball. Had an opportunity to throw it quickly, pulled it back down looking for another receiver, just held on the ball a little bit too long that time, and some delays or draws right here might work pretty well, Chuck. I don't know if they have that package in, but the way they're bringing the heat, you pass block and slip it into like a draw play, it may go for a long way. But
yeah, they're bringing everybody right now. Poor Shea Sellers hasn't had a lot of time to operate back there, trying to set up and throw the football, and boy, there's white shirts all over him.
3rd and 28. Greenville tries a little trickery, a throwback pass from number 5 Jeffro Davis all the way across the field to Shea Sellers, who was open for a second, went up to make the catch and was hit in the side, right on the sideline by a Terrell player. And Chuck, I've got to say this, I've been pretty good tonight, but that was a horrible no call. Pat back to kick the ball for Greenville. Done a good job putting the ball, and gets another good kickoff. Fielded and dropped, and is a scramble for the ball. Ball still on the ground, and is finally recovered by the Terrell Tigers. Boy, Greenville had a chance to get another turnover that time. A muff punt by number 8. I can't remember his name. For Terrell, he was the one. He took it in.
Yeah, that's Diamond Williams.
Diamond Williams.
Yeah.
Diamond Williams muffed the ball. There was a scramble. Alfred Champion had a shot in it, and then a couple other Greenville Lions had a shot in it. But finally, Terrell was able to recover back at the 33-yard line. So a good punt and a good series of events on that particular muff punt. At least good enough to get the Tigers backed up another 10 or 12 yards from where they were trying to field the ball. So Terrell takes over 1st and 10. The ball at their own 33-yard line.
Looking down at the Greenville sideline, Shea Sellers up, moving around, talking to people.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's
got the wind knocked out of him. Got the wind knocked out of him. Still was a bad call, bad no call, I'll say that. 1st and 10, 33-yard line. South continues at quarterback for Terrell. 2:19 left in the 3rd quarter. South looking to throw the ball. And is going to be sacked by the Lion defense. Held on just a little bit too long. The Greenville Lion defensive line kept fighting. Noriega, Chase Lamb, Rodriguez just kept working, and were able to take him down for about a 5-yard loss. So good job that time by the front line of the Greenville defense.
Yeah, all 3 of them were in there. I think Noriega will get credit for the sack. He was the one that made the contact that brought him down. So a good first play by the Greenville Lions, about a 3-yard loss on the play, and Terrell has the football 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13, inside give again. Nice job by the Greenville defense. That time Hamilton, the sophomore linebacker, making his first start in on the play, and I can't tell his number 18 for Greenville, playing another linebacker next to Hamilton, made a good play.
Trevor White Jr.
Trevor White got in there and did a good job. Greenville substituting. Pitt coming in on defensive line. 3 down linemen Linebacker showing blitz, coming in hard, throws the ball across the middle. Nice job that time. Good pressure by the Greenville Lion defense. And again, I'm going to say, it's 38-12, and we keep saying the Greenville defense is doing well, but they are getting better. They have gotten better throughout this whole ball game. They've made stops when they needed to. We've had some problems with some kick returning and some interception returns. But the Greenville defense is really starting to assert itself and play well from the second quarter on.
Yeah, I think that's right, David. 74 yards in the second quarter. We got 1 minute and change to go here in the third, and Earl brings us up to speed on how they did in the third quarter.
Terrell punts the ball, and which will roll dead at the 32-yard line of Greenville. Alfred Champion thought about catching the punt, thought better about it, backed away, and the ball hit the ground at about the 40-yard line and rolled another 8 yards, where Greenville will take over after a nice defensive stance on that last possession. Yeah, we got 58 minutes left, so it'll be interesting to hear the stats of the third quarter.
I'll give you a little preview. I can tell you that the Terrell Tigers have 51 yards of offense in the third quarter.
There has been a marked improvement. 74 yards in the second quarter, and if the Greenville can hold the ball for 58 seconds, they'll have 51 yards in the third quarter. So the defense has played well.
They really have played well, especially for the second quarter on. And we talked about, let's just come out here and do well the second half. And so far, I like what I've seen. We've had some miscues and some special teams mistakes as far as giving up touchdowns, but overall, the Greenville Lions have played pretty good. Screen pass this time to Clark, and the Terrell defense reacts very quickly. Looks like we had something going. The screen pass was set up well, but one of the linebackers were able to slip through and get Clark down, but not after about a 3-yard gain. But that looked like it's going to be a big play, Chuck.
Yes, it did, and the Terrell kids reacted very quickly. They've got some quick kids on defense, and they reacted to the football and got to it and held us to about a 3-yard gain on the play, but positive yardage on first down.
2nd and 7 ball at the 33-yard line. Bootleg this time. Shea Stiller's running, looking for somewhere to go, and is able to fight his way for about a 3-yard. But that was a great individual effort for 3 yards that time by Sellers. I think Sellers has gotten a little fired up after taking that shot in the ribs, but he shows no ill effects at all after being hit hard on the sideline during the last possession.
Yeah, that's a tough run for him in there. Coming over to his left, picked up a couple on the play, but kept his feet going. Was stopped for no gain, and that's going to end the third quarter.
And at the end of the third quarter, the score, Terrell 38, Greenville 12. More Greenville Lions football in 1 minute. And Chuck and Griffiths, David Gish, and Earl Wilson bringing you the live action. We have a 3rd and 6 right here. Greenville trying to get the first down, give inside to Clark. Clark runs hard, bails his way for maybe a yard and a half, which will bring up 4th and about 5 yards that time. But Chuck, we're going to let Earl give us the third quarter stats, but again, a marked improvement beginning the second half for the Greenville Lions.
Very much so. Terrell had 15 plays, 56 yards, only had the ball for 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Their one drive they put together ended in an interception. Greenville 19 plays for 63 yards and possession almost 8 minutes in the third quarter. So Greenville definitely better. Like to see a little more offense out of them.
Greenville lining up to go for it on 4th and 5. We're anticipating a quick kick. There's a flag down the play.
Illegal procedure
against
Greenville.
Golly. I think Greenville was trying to draw them off on the hard count. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. They're lining up in their pistol formation. Shane Sillers earlier when they lined up in that formation did a quick kick, but they're going to bring out their regular punting unit that time. Chuck, I think they were trying to draw them off and try to get a 5-yard penalty against Terrell. Backfired against them.
Yeah, it looked like one of the linemen raised their hand or something and lifted their hand off the ground, and they picked up an offside penalty themselves. So
yeah, something pretty
that
subtle.
one kind of blew up in their face, but we're going to punt the football now at 4th and 10.
Bad punt. Pat trying to get out of trouble, running for his life, trying to turn the corner. Is going to be run out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Bad snap that time. Pat had no chance, and Terrell will take over 1st and 10 at the Greenville 12-yard line. Again, we've talked about the defense. The defense is put in a bad position right here. Probably will give up points. Hopefully not. but can't take anything away from them. But again, mistake after mistake after mistake by the Greenville Lions, and another middle miscue that's really hurt them and put them in bad situation here.
Yeah, bad mistakes on the special teams tonight and a couple bad plays offensively have really put the Greenville defense in a bind. After the first quarter, they've played pretty well, the defensive squad.
South then take the ball, is actually going to lose about 3 yards. I'll tell you what, boy, that Greenville defense is really swarming. They may not get points here, I don't know, but that on first down, South tries to run the option, the keeper, and is dropped for about a 3-yard loss. So nice job by the Greenville defense. They are really getting aggressive and dropped Terrell that time for a loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 13. Look for the option pitch. Again, Greenville coming up quick. Boom. Nowhere to go. Greenville defense, man, swarming sideline to sideline. Chuck, you got to be excited by what you're seeing about this defense. I mean, you know, we haven't played this good defense in a couple of years.
No, we haven't seen this, David, especially, you know, this year and last year. You know, it's been a while since we can remember playing like this, but that's 2 really good plays in a row, and they have played well the last, you know, 2.5 quarters now. They've played pretty solid defensively. So
2nd and 12.
Seeing some good things.
2nd and 12, ball at the 15-yard line. Greenville defense trying to make a stand here, keep them out of the end zone. South back to run, throws the ball. Oh, nice job by Alfred Champion to break up the little curl at the 5-yard line. Again, decent pressure that time by the Greenville defenders, but Champion steps up and makes a big play right there at the 5-yard line and holds Terrell out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Force a field goal attempt, but what a play by the Greenville defense.
Yeah,
Chuck, I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing.
3 good ones right in a row, David. Stop up the middle, stop on a sweep, and then a good play by Alfred Champion over there on the left side of the defensive side of the football. So Terrell's going to set up and, I guess, attempt, what, a
32, 33-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:22 left, the score, Terrell 41, Greenville 12, but a great stop by the Greenville defense, and these guys are kind of really getting the idea how to get after somebody, and hats off to the defense, playing well right now. Terrell Tigers getting the best of it tonight, 41-12, with 9 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. Terrell has just been successful on a 32-yard field goal attempt after a good stand by the Greenville Lions defense. The ensuing kickoff, Alfred Champion fields the ball at the 21-yard line, brings the ball across the field, trying to outrun the defense, cuts up, and is able to get the ball up to about the get the ball up to the 37-yard line. So a nice 16-yard return by Alfred Champion, the senior cornerback. Well, Chuck, again, I know there hadn't been many highlights tonight, but, you know, the play of the defense really from the second quarter on has been good. And I know it sounds funny you see 41 points, you think, what defense? But if you've watched the game and kept up with it tonight, they've done a good job.
They have, David. In fact, 19 points now we've counted on have come not with the defense on the field. If you consider they've had a stop on that last one.
Interception.
Yeah, kicking game, interception, safeties, that sort of thing. So, you know, 19 points are put up when the defensive team isn't even on the field. So, you know, take those off, and it's been a pretty good game.
Inside reverse to Clark. Clark is able to break the cut up field and pick up about 7 yards. Nice game for Jamar Clark. I really like to watch this young man run. He's a 6 foot, 185-pound junior. Runs well, runs hard, has a lot of competitiveness in him, and I think he'll be something in the future when they really find out how they want to use him.
Yeah, he was a nice surprise last week for us, and has played well tonight as well.
2nd and 7, ball at the 45-yard line of the Greenville Lions. Counter this time to Castleberry. Castleberry running tough, but there's a flag down the play. Came way over from the sidelines on the Terrell side, so I'm not sure what that call could be.
Yeah, it looks like a procedure penalty.
But I know, Earl, I know you said it, but boy, Greenville's had a lot of penalties tonight, a lot of penalties. And it looks like this was going to be against us once again.
Yeah, they've actually, you know, on the books they've got 6, and not counting the offsetting and the couple that have been declined. So,
well, maybe it's not. They've been very untimely, I'll say. So wipe out the gain, move the ball back 5 yards. 2nd and 8. The ball moved back to Greenville's 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. Siller stays in at quarterback. Good snap, inside give to Castleberry. Castleberry running tough, running hard, very close, and I think he's got the first down. Now, Earl's an expert at this point. He's saying he's going to be foot short, Earl.
Oh, well, that's a nice spot. I think
he's a foot over.
They got it.
From where we're seeing, are they going to have a measurement?
That's going to be a first down, David, but less than a foot, I think.
Well, I agree with you. The way I'm seeing it from here, it's a first down.
Yeah, it looks like it, but it's not going to be a foot, I don't think.
Okay, we have
maybe half the football.
Yeah, I was thinking, that he was short when he went down, but the spot was different than I thought. So,
well, Castleberry
it's a first down.
Castleberry took the quick hitter right up the middle and just kept his legs churning, and the big offensive lineman just kept pushing the pile back, and he was able to churn out about 8 1/4 yards, which will give him the first down by a nose of the football. So good job that time by Justin Castleberry. Chuck, is he a junior or a senior? I think he's a senior.
Castleberry is a senior. He's listed at 5'11", 210 pounds. He packs a load, and he's a north-south runner, and that's one thing I really like about him. He doesn't jockey around a lot in there. He takes the ball and heads for the end zone.
1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line of the Greenville Lions. Sellers takes a snap back, good protection, looking to throw the ball, and is caught by Davis, number 10. Foot race to the end zone. Davis at the 10. Oh, he fumbles the ball, picks it up, and scores! Touchdown, Greenville Lions, by a great play by the junior Marquise Davis. Caught the ball at about the 25-yard line, had a foot race with the Terrell secondary. They were able to catch up with him at about the 6-yard line, made a nice hit, stripped him of the ball. Davis stayed with it, picked it up at the 3-yard line and scampered in and was able to get the touchdown. So a reception, a fumble, a recovery, and a touchdown, all by the same Greenville Lion, Marquise Davis, for a exciting touchdown for the Greenville Lions with 7:47 left in the fourth quarter. Greenville lines up for a 2-point conversion. Penalty flag, throws the ball. Wow, no interference call on that. Well, there is.
While they're sorting that out, David,
okay,
looks like another illegal shift, but that was a very nice 3-play drive, 62 yards, minute 35, and of course the 52-yard pass, fumble, recovery, run in, from Shea Sellers to Davis for the touchdown. It's kind of interesting, two guys converged on them. They all kind of met at the same time. The ball came out, and Davis was left standing and picked up the ball and took it on in.
There's a commercial on TV right now. I think it's advertising a motel chain, and the father and the little boy sitting on the motel bed, and they say, "What's the most difficult play in baseball?" And the mother walks by and says, "The unassisted triple play," and the announcer says, "The unassisted triple play." Well, one of the most difficult scoring opportunities has got to be the catch, the fumble, the pickup, and the score all in the same play. So, congratulations to Marquise Davis. That's got to be the play of the game right now.
Yeah, that's interesting, David. That's one you don't see very often, if at all. I don't know that I've ever seen it, and we may not ever see that again. But interesting play, a little bit of excitement for the Greenville faithful here at Lions Stadium. We've gone down to 7 minutes and 47 seconds left in the football game. The Terrell Tigers have a 41-18 lead over the Greenville Lions. We expect probably to see another onside kick here. You got nothing to lose at this point. You might as well give it a try. And we've got 2 out of 3 so far tonight. So let's see if we can get our average up a little bit higher. And that's what I would expect.
Chuck, I tell you what, if you take away all the Greenville miscues and the give easy points and all the things that have happened, and just take what Terrell's actually earned offensively,
it's 22.
It's probably 22-18 with 7:47 left in this ball game.
And the momentum in the Greenville Lions side of the field right now.
But unfortunately, that's only pretend. What if?
Yeah.
But the old-fashioned jailbreak offside kick. Greenville tried to use a little trickery, and Greenville kicks the ball off. All their players just stay in a wedge formation right in the middle of the field. Every player was going down in between the hash marks to try to recover the ball. Terrell does a good job and recovers it, but boy, there was 11 Greenville Lions screaming down that field trying to make something happen with a little bit of trickery. It looked like a scrum out of what they call that?
Rugby?
Rugby, yeah, it looked like a rugby scrum.
Yeah, they were heading on down there trying to get the job done, and that's kind of what we thought we'd see, but not unsuccessful this time. So Terrell will take over the football. They're on their own 48-yard line. We've got 7:45 left in the game, and they hold the lead 41-18 over Greenville.
1st and 10. So looking to throw the ball in the flat. Nice job that time by number 20, Quiros, and good open field tackle by, I'm trying to see.
Number 9, David.
Number 9, which is, who's that?
Nathan Rupert.
Nathan Rupert on the tackle for about a 9-yard gain. Again, Terrell going to their bread and butter, getting the ball out in the flat to their good athletes, let them run. Inside, give to Dow. Dow this time stacked up by number 40, Chance Hamilton, and a whole host of Greenville Lions, including number 51, George Rodriguez. He is able to get the first down after about a 2.5-yard run. So we'll bring up 1st and 10 at Greenville's 42-yard line. Well, Chuck, can we ask the defense one more time to hang in there?
They got to, David. We got to get the football back. Yeah, you might as well practice. This is one of those things where you practice your, stick-to-itiveness.
South scrambling to the right, trying to find some running room. Good job by the Greenville secondary, had everybody covered up, and he just tucked it up and got what he could, which is about 3 yards. Again, Greenville being pretty stingy on the defense right now, playing tough, hanging tough, trying to make something happen. I tell you what, we might be down 41-18, but these kids have not quit. They are playing and playing hard every play.
Yeah, and I think Coach Cooper's got something to go to the film and be positive about defensively at least.
South looking to throw the ball, had some time, playing containment by Greenville Lions. Pass out in the flat, again wrapped up immediately, brought down at the 25-yard line. Nice execution by the Terrell offense that time to pick up about 15 yards on the out route. We'll move the ball to the Greenville 26-yard line, which will be another first down by Terrell.
Yeah, that's a nice catch out there. That's Sabian Hubbard is the gentleman's name from Terrell, number 5. And a nice pitch and catch by Short back there. If you give him time to settle down and throw the football, he's pretty accurate.
South on the quarterback keeper, heading up the middle, puts his head down, picks up about 5 yards, moves the ball a little bit closer to the goal line, inside the Greenville 20, down to the 18-yard line, bring up 2nd and 4. Again, Greenville trying to hold tough. Terrell trying to really put this ball game away right now. 6:02 left in the fourth quarter, 41-18. Terrell on top, trying to make it more to give a little bit more of a cushion for the margin of victory. 2nd and 4, quick hitter outside. Good one-handed grab by the Terrell receiver. Weaving his way, dodging, and is in for the touchdown. Boy, that was a heck of a catch. One-handed catch that time by the Terrell receiver. Not sure who that was, but he was able to slide his way through and pick up another touchdown with 5:42 left. Yeah, that was just a little bit too easy. The defense had played well, but gave up an easy touchdown on that one. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So 5:42 left in the ball game. The score, Terrell 48, Greenville 18. More Greenville Lions football in 1 minute. And welcome back to T.A. Conforth Stadium. Onside kick from Terrell, fielded by number 3 and Austin Martin. Austin Martin able to advance the ball up to about the 45-yard line, while Greenville will take over 1st and 10 at the 45. Well, Chuck, I tell you what, this is, there's going to be some highlights on this game, and there's going to be a lot of like, oh my gosh, what if this, what if that. But this is growing pains and learning for the offices, for the coaching staff and the kids. But pretty tough tonight for the Greenville Lions.
Dave, that last drive by Terrell, they went 6 plays, 52 yards in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That was an awfully fast drive and looked pretty easy. Looks like the defense let down a little bit from the way they had been playing a bit earlier.
Looks like Greenville has got a lot of their second teamers in there right now on the offense. Mixture of first team and second team. Terrell also the same, playing some second team kids, letting them play. Like I said, a mixture of starters and second. Sellers is still at quarterback. Throws the ball in the flat, is dropped by the Greenville receiver. Not sure that it is number 82. Dropped the ball, and will bring up 2nd and 15. before they snapped the first play from scrimmage, there was an offside penalty against Greenville, which gave them the 15 yards back, so moved the ball back to the 42-yard line where they currently are. 2nd and 15. Sellers still at quarterback, mixture of first and second teamers in. Sellers sprints to his left, looking to throw the ball, reverses the field, breaks a tackle, going to get a nice play out of this. Pulls the ball up, fakes a throw, and he picks up about 12 yards on the scramble. Nice job that time by Sellers, picks up a first down. Oh, I tell you what, Shea is had some passes dropped on him, thrown a couple of bad passes, thrown some good passes, but I tell you what, he is a competitor. He will not quit.
Yeah, no, he won't, David. He is a competitive young man out there, and that was a nice pickup. You know, it's very late in the game, and really not much hope of Greenville coming back, certainly. But he tucked it up in and did the best he could, took a big hit, but got the first down for Greenville.
Offsides against Terrell, we hope. Oh, finally, we get a call against Terrell. Okay. I didn't say that, did I,
No,
Joe?
you didn't.
Okay. Finally get a call against Terrell. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Offsides against Terrell. Brings up 1st and 5, moves the ball down to the 37-yard line of the Terrell Tigers. Like I said, Greenville Lions having a mixture of first and second teamers playing offense right now. A lot of the younger kids getting a chance to play. Sellers does remain at quarterback. Good snap inside, give to Castleberry. Castleberry looking for some running room. Meets head on a couple of Terrell defenders and will be blown dead after about a 1-yard gain down to the 36-yard line of the Tigers.
Castleberry coming off to take a blow. He looks like he's pretty much out of gas. Boy,
yeah,
he's had a tough night. He has run the football and taken some licks in there, and he's kind of wobbled off the field and said, I think he's probably had it for the night.
Inside give to Alfred Champion. Number 4 breaks one tackle. Champion in the secondary. Champion going to go down to the 10-yard line. Boy, nice run by Alfred Champion that time. Thought he was going to take that all the way in, but he didn't. Wasn't able to outrun all the secondary of the Terrell Tigers, but a nice run of about 25 yards moves them down Greenville to scoring position at the 10-yard line. So Greenville still showing some life and some fight in them right now, Chuck.
Yes, that's been true, David. They don't give up, that's for sure.
Give to Champion, trying to come around the corner, gets to the 10-yard line and is rocked at about the 8-yard line. That time a couple of linebackers met Mr. Champion, and he's not very big. He goes about 100 and maybe 60 pounds soaking wet, and the laws of physics determine that two bigger bodies meet a smaller body. Smaller body's going to go backwards. That's what he did.
That's exactly what happened. I don't know what he gained, about 2 on the play, I guess. So
play action pass, throw over to the middle to Kelly. Maury Kelly scores a touchdown from 8 yards out on the slant play. So nice catch by the senior receiver. And 3:40 left. Greenville 24. Terrell 48. Again, Chuck, what if? But Greenville Lions playing some pretty good football right now.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of things in this tape, in the film, that they're going to look at and say, they've got some positive things to build on. There's some negative things that need to be cleaned up, but there's a lot of positive in this film. 2-point
conversion, flags on the play. A lot of movement on Terrell's side and Greenville side, but the penalty goes against the Lions one more time. How many penalties do we have? Earl, you said 6 a while ago, but we've had at least 3 since then.
Yeah, we're probably around 10 or 11.
Ooh, now
I don't really count the ones on the extra point all the time, because like the last one they had a penalty, but it was, they didn't score on it, so it doesn't count against them. So there's been a lot of incompletes. I just keep up with the accepted penalties.
2-point conversion from the 7-yard line, throw across the middle, intercepted. We need to run this young man down and not let him score, so he won't get 2 points. Okay, and the Greenville Lions Alfred Champion is able to chase him down and bring him down to the 40-yard line. If they hadn't done that, Chuck, he could have taken that back in for 2 points on the interception of the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I don't know how many more ways can they score other than that. If they'd have scored that way, then they had just about all of them.
I'm telling you.
Field goal, safety, touchdown, interception for a return, for a touchdown, defensive touchdown.
But we'll talk about all that in the morning at 9:30 on 1400 KGVL. Greenville Lions do a little pooch kick, scramble for the ball. Terrell mishandles it. But they do come up with the recovery. Boy, Chuck, I thought we were going to get that ball back. One more time.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really enjoy, the kickoffs. They're
You
pretty exciting around here in high school football.
But you know what's going to happen. Everything's happened on the kickoffs tonight.
Well, the little short popovers.
Yeah, man, it's a scramble after that. If that first man misses it or mishandles it.
Oh, he mishandled it there. There was a pretty good scramble for it. We had a decent chance of picking that one up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he mishandled it.
Those up men for Terrell better be awake because they very well may see the football.
Greenville Line has almost all second teamers in on defense right now, from the numbers that I'm seeing. We'll try to bring you as many as possible. Terrell looks like they've got a mixture of first and second teamers on their offense. I'm not sure who the quarterback is. It's
number 1.
We'll get to him in just a second. Nice job that time by the Greenville defense. Run the quick hitter, Terrell up the middle. Stopped very quickly by number 21. I think it was at Castleberry in on that tackle. I thought, but maybe I misread.
David, I didn't get Castleberry.
Yeah, it was
in on
Castleberry, number 21.
Yep.
So 2nd and 7, ball sitting at the 43-yard line of the Terrell Tigers. Number 1 in at quarterback. Trap play. Breaks to the secondary. Nice pickup that time. Good hard running by the Terrell Tiger as he picks up about 20 yards. Moves the ball all the way down to the 37-yard line of the Greenville Lions.
And that is Mumphrey that's running the ball.
Yeah, so Darian Mumphrey is the running back. Number 1, the quarterback, Cameron Smith, is just a sophomore. 6 foot 150 they've got him listed at, and he looks pretty good back there. So they're getting the kids of the future in the football game.
Inside give again to Mumphrey. This time met by the Greenville Lions after about a 2-yard gain. So a nice job by the second unit, or mostly the second unit. Really just about all the second unit in there, Chuck. It looks to me, just looking at the numbers. Coach Cooper not worrying about the end result of the game. If Terrell scores, no big deal. He's getting some of his young kids, rewarding them for their hard work and letting them play the last part of this football game. And that's very admirable of Coach Cooper. 2nd and 8, passing to the flat, little slip screen. Still being chased down. Does have the first down. Pickup of about 10 yards. Moves the ball down to about the 24-yard line of the Lions. But again, a lot of the Terrell first teamers are still in, playing against all the reserves of the Greenville defense. So probably a little bit of a mismatch, but good, valuable experience for the Greenville second teamers on defense.
Sure, you never know when you're going to get the call, David. So now, to get a little bit of playing time against some opposite colored jerseys is a good thing for these younger kids from Greenville.
Just to be ready.
Absolutely.
1:52 left in the ball game. 48-24, Terrell Tigers over the Greenville Lions. Inside give to Mumphrey. Mumphrey breaks it outside. Oh, nice job that time by, I'm not sure who that Greenville defender is. I think that was Ruprecht, number 9, the cornerback.
Yep.
But a nice open field tackle. Flag on the play immediately. And have y'all seen a preliminary signal yet?
No, it was right over here where the tackle was being made.
Looks like Terrell is walking backwards.
Must be a block in the back or something like that, you would think.
Yeah, I didn't really notice anything, but Terrell looking like they are going to receive a penalty finally again. And it is against Terrell. 5-yard walk-off. Not sure what the call is. Haven't gotten a call, but we do know it's a 5-yard penalty against the Terrell Tigers. 1st and 15. Ball moves back to the 30-yard line. 1:34 left in the ball game. Inside give on the counter. Again, another nice open field tackle by number 18 from Greenville. That is Trevor White. Makes a nice open field tackle from his linebacker spot. Again, Coach Cooper bringing kids in, getting them some experience. White stays in the game at linebacker. Castleberry playing middle linebacker right now. Under 1 minute, 59 seconds. Terrell happy to just kind of let the clock run down. Not interested in trying to score here. 5 seconds left on the play clock. 48 seconds left on the game clock. Taking their time. Oh, snap over his head. There's a scramble for the ball, and the quarterback, number 1 from Terrell, the sophomore.
Well, that won't do too much for his stats.
No. Cameron Smith, the sophomore, wisely runs back and covers the ball up. and that was a third down.
I guess it wasn't.
It must have been a second
yeah.
down. It was we got a 3rd and 31 inside give, which the Mumphrey breaks it to the outside, picks up about 3 or 4 yards. A lot of nice tackling right now by the Greenville reserves on defense. So really taking on the Terrell running backs in the open field one-on-one, and are able to bring them down for a minimal gain.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle that time by the right corner for Greenville, number 37, Devontre Mumphrey is his name, his junior kid that we haven't seen much of, but a pretty